Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online project initiative Ekalaiva. Already I have talked about the preparation of alkenes in the previous class. Basic concepts we are seeing along with hydrocarbons. In the last class I have completed about the preparation of alkenes and I have compared the physical properties of alkenes also. We have seen so many physical properties like melting point, boiling point. I talked about density, I talked about solubility, everything we have seen. Now I am going to start with the chemical properties of alkenes. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of alkenes. I want everybody to be ready with your notebook. So at least by writing one time now and one time you are practicing in the house, you will get some clarification. So it will be easy for you to rewrite the reactions when it is asked in the board exam. So I want everybody to be ready with your notebook now. So I am going to start now. First property. Addition reactions. Addition reactions. So addition reactions are possible. Addition reactions are possible in case of unsaturation. Addition reactions are possible in case of unsaturation. What is unsaturation? Presence of double or triple bond. So addition reactions are possible only in case of unsaturation. So what is unsaturation? Actually presence of a double or triple bond. Presence of a double or triple bond. So we are going to see the addition reactions of alkenes in case of unsaturation. So here alkenes are doubly bonded carbon, they will have a doubly bonded carbon. So readily it will undergo addition reactions. What we are going to do? We are going to add some atoms so that the bond between the carbon is cleaved. The double bond is cleaved here by adding certain atoms. So addition reactions are possible only in case of unsaturation. Here we are discussing about alkenes which are having doubly bonded carbon. So between carbon there is a double bond. So what we are going to do? We are going to break the double bond by adding certain atoms. So we can call this as addition reactions. So addition reactions are possible only in case of double bond or triple bond compound. So what we are going to do? We are going to add some atoms to the doubly bonded carbon so that the bond is cleaved there. So double bond will be cleaved, it will be broken and it is converted into singly bonded. So double bond is broken, unsaturation point is broken and it is converted into saturated compound. So unsaturated compound, double bond or triple bond compound is broken into saturated compound into a singly bonded carbon. So CC bond, double bond is cleaved and it is converted into CC single bond. So we can call such reactions as addition reactions. So to start with, I am going to talk about the first addition reaction for alkene. First one, addition of hydrogen. So what is the first addition? First reactions coming under addition. Addition of hydrogen, dihydrogen. What is dihydrogen? We are going to add two hydrogen atoms. Addition of dihydrogen. So we are adding two hydrogen atoms. So you take example ethene. What is the name of this compound? Ethene or ethylene. So ethene undergoes hydrogenation. I am adding hydrogen. So what is that? In the presence of catalyst like palladium or platinum or nickel catalyst. And what is that? I am adding hydrogen. I need a catalyst here because where the reactions are taking place at a slower rate. So in order to increase the speed of the reaction, I am adding catalyst here. Either I can use palladium or platinum or nickel as catalyst. So what is the temperature condition? High temperature and high pressure. High temperature and high pressure. So these are the reaction conditions. The reaction conditions are high temperature, high pressure, and I have to take catalyst also. And what is the change here? One hydrogen I am adding to this carbon, another hydrogen I am adding to another carbon. So what is the compound I am getting here? CH3. So if one hydrogen atom is added here, what will happen? Already hydrogen carbon has two hydrogen. One more hydrogen is added here. It becomes CH3. What will be adding? What will happen to the double bond? It will be cleaved there. So it becomes a single bond. One more hydrogen is added to this carbon. Already this carbon has two hydrogen. When you add one more hydrogen, it becomes 3. So what is the name of this compound? Ethane. Ethene is converted into ethane. Unsaturated compound is converted into saturated compound. Unsaturated is converted into saturated. So double bond. Double bond compound is converted into saturated single bond compound. So this is the first addition reaction. So the first one is addition with hydrogen. I am adding, what is the two hydrogen atoms to alkene, ethene. What is my aim? I want to cleave the double bond. I want to break the double bond. So by adding hydrogen, I am breaking the bond between carbon-carbon. So double bond is cleaved, both the hydrogen atoms are brought inside. So what is happening? Double bond is converted into single bond there by adding hydrogen atoms. So ethene is converted into ethane. The temperature conditions are high pressure, high temperature. At the same time, I require a catalyst which increases the speed of the reaction. Either palladium, platinum or nickel is used as catalyst here. The next one, addition with halogens. Addition of halogens. Addition of halogens. So halogens are added to alkenes. Here I am taking ethene. I am adding bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride as a reagent. So in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, I am adding bromine. So one bromine is added to this carbon, another bromine is added to another carbon. So what will happen? Double bond is cleaved here. What is that you will be getting? CH2 single bond Br. Again CH2 single bond Br. So double bond is broken by adding bromine halogens. So what is the halogen I am adding here? Bromine atoms. So I am adding bromine atoms. I am cleaving the double bond, breaking the double bond. So unsaturation point is cleaved here. It is converted to a saturated compound. So ethene is converted into 1,2 dibromoethane. 1,2 dibromoethane. So this is first carbon, the second carbon. Each carbon has halogen. One bromine is attached to first carbon, another bromine is attached to second carbon. So 1,2 dibromoethane. This compound can be called as vicinal dihalide. Vicinal dihalide. So what is vicinal dihalide? So vicinal dihalide is one where the halogens are attached to adjacent carbon. Vicinal dihalide is one in which the halogens are added to the adjacent carbon. In which the halogens are attached to the adjacent carbon. The halogens are attached to the adjacent carbon, that is carbon 1 and carbon 2. Adjacent carbon. So this is the next reaction. So far we have completed two addition reactions. One with hydrogen, another with halogen. So with hydrogen, under high temperature, high pressure, the presence of a catalyst, I have added hydrogen. Ethene is converted to ethane. Double bond is converted into single bond. Unsaturated compound is converted into saturated. The next case, same addition reaction with halogens. So what are halogens? Salt producers. What are they? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So here I have taken bromine, I have added to alkene, ethene. What is happening? By adding bromine atoms, double bond is cleaved there, it is converted to single bond. What is the compound I am getting here? Vicinal dihalide. What is a vicinal dihalide? It is a compound where both the halogens are attached to the adjacent carbon. You can see the halogen atom attached to the adjacent carbon, that is a carbon 1 has got one halogen, one bromine. Another carbon 2 has another bromine. So the halogens are attached to adjacent carbon. So we can call it as vicinal dihalide. So here bromine is added to alkene, ethene, it is converted into 1, 2 dibromoethane. The next one. Third addition. Addition with HBr. Unsymmetrical alkenes. Unsymmetrical alkenes. Unsymmetrical alkenes added with HBr. What is unsymmetrical alkenes? Unsymmetrical alkenes are those alkenes which have alkenes which has dissimilar alkyl groups attached. Alkenes which has dissimilar alkyl groups attached. So we can call it as unsymmetrical alkenes. The alkenes which has dissimilar alkyl groups attached, we can call it as unsymmetrical alkenes. So what we are going to do? We are going to add, what is that, HBr, hydrogen halide, which is an hydrogen halide to unsymmetrical alkene. So what is an unsymmetrical alkene? An alkene which has dissimilar alkyl groups. So when you see the doubly bonded carbon, double bond carbon, so both the sides of the doubly bonded carbon will have dissimilar alkyl groups. We can call such alkenes as unsymmetrical alkenes. So what is that we are going to see? What is the rule we are going to see now? Markovnikov rule. Markovnikov rule. So what is Markovnikov rule? Whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of the addendum, is attached to the carbon. The negative part of the addendum is attached to the carbon, having less number of hydrogen. The negative part of the addendum is attached to the carbon having less number of hydrogen atoms having less number of hydrogen atoms and positive part of the addendum is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. The positive part is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. Atoms. So, I told Marconi-Cox rule now. What is Marconi-Cox rule? Whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene. I told about unsymmetrical alkene. So, whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, so what is that? Hydrogen halide. Hydrogen is positive. Halide is negative. So, it will have positive and negative. Is it not? Hydrogen is positive. Halide is negative. So, the negative part is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. So, what is the addendum here? HBr. I am going to add HBr. So, the negative part of the addendum is Br minus. So, it is attached to the carbon having less number of hydrogen, whereas the positive part is H plus. So, it is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. So, we can call this rule as Marconi-Cox rule. So, what is Marconi-Cox rule? Actually, whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, so the negative part is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and positive part is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. So, we are going to see the reaction now. Unsymmetrical alkene, CH3 single bond CH double bond CH2. So, it is propene. So, I am adding HBr in the absence of peroxide. So, what is that? What is the positive part? H plus is positive, Br minus is negative. So, according to the rule, the negative part is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. So, this carbon only has got only one hydrogen. So, this carbon only has less number of hydrogen. So, negative part is attached to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and positive part is attached to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. You cannot add hydrogen here because already the carbon valency is satisfied here. So, carbon has got 4 valency, it has satisfied here, you cannot add here. The next carbon having more number of hydrogen is here. So, the positive part is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. What is the product we are getting there? CH3, okay. CH, so when you add this bromine here, bromine will be coming down. What will happen to this double bond is broken here. So, it becomes single bond. You will be getting this hydrogen is occupied by carbon. So, it becomes CH3. What is the name of this compound? 2-bromopropane. 2-bromopropane. So, this is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. To the second carbon, bromine is attached. The parent is propane here. So, 3 carbon atoms are there, parent is propane. So, who is a parent here? Parent is propane. Parent is propane here, therefore, the compound is 2-bromopropane. So, this is Marconi-Cox rule. So, whenever alkyl halides, that is hydrogen halides are added to the, what is that, unsymmetrical alkene, what is that you are going to get? The negative part is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen and positive part is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen. So, we can call it as Marconi-Cox addition. So this is one example for addition reaction where Marconi-Cox rule is applied here. So here when you talk about the reactivity, the order of reactivity will be HI is greater than HBr, which is greater than HCl. So HI is greater than HBr, which is greater than HCl. So this is order of reactivity. So propene is converted into 2-bromopropane. The next one, anti-Marconi-Cox rule. Anti-Marconi-Cox rule. Whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part is added to negative part of addendum. The negative part of addendum is added to carbon having more number of hydrogen and positive part to less number of hydrogen. So this is exactly opposite to that of Marconi-Cox, anti-Marconi-Cox rule. So the negative part is attached to the carbon having more number of hydrogen, positive is attached to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. For example, you take unsymmetrical alkene, propene, CH3, single bond CH, double bond CH2, we are adding HBr. So what is this actually? Anti-Marconi-Cox rule. So presence of peroxide, in the presence of peroxide. So what is that we are adding? So this is positive, this is negative. So negative is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen, this carbon only having more number of hydrogen. So negative is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen, positive is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. So what is the positive part here? Hydrogen. It is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. So what is the compound we are getting there? CH3. After adding hydrogen it becomes CH2, okay. What is happening here? When bromine is added here, double bond is broken, it becomes single bond CH2Br. So what is the name of this compound? 1-bromopropane. 1-bromopropane, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So it is 1-bromopropane. So this is about anti-Marconi-Cox rule. So here in this anti-Marconi-Cox rule, opposite to that of Marconi-Cox, what is that actually? Whenever hydrogen halides are added to unsymmetrical alkene, so I am adding HBr to propene. What is the change I have seen here? The negative part is added to the carbon having more number of hydrogen, positive part is added to the carbon having less number of hydrogen. Here I got the major product as one substituted product. What is that? Substitution is taking place, the negative part I have added to the, what is that, more number of hydrogen, one substituted product I am getting here, that is 1-bromopropane is the major product in anti-Marconi-Cox, whereas in Marconi-Cox substitution is taking place, second carbon, 2-bromopropane is the major product. So this is the difference between Marconi-Cox and anti-Marconi-Cox. So up to this, what is that, addition reactions are over. Up to Marconi-Cox addition I have completed. Some more reactions are also there under addition reactions. We will see that in the next class. If you like this channel, you please subscribe for this channel. Thank you, children.